Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today, we are going to be talking about FC26. You guys have been watching all the content on the channel, and for that, I appreciate you guys. I wanted to do a video after playing like a week or two and give some thoughts on FC26. Let me know in the comments down below how you guys are feeling about it. Now, it's already started. I see EA did the first patch, and I've already seen TikToks, videos about people saying that they've patched it. The game is different. I'm going to tell you guys something right now, right? And this is why I said to EA, don't touch the defending in this game, okay? Because here's why. People get overreactionary in the first 2 days. I felt like, that FIFA 18 game pre-patch was so good. It was so fun and addicting to play because you got rewarded for manual defending. And this is what I'm noticing now, okay? So, first of all, what people don't understand is that in the first week of the game, you have starter players. You're not using anybody that has like all these play styles, these crazy cards. If you guys have faced off against like Kunde, Araujo, some of these guys, you will notice that they are significantly better at manual jockey and manual defending. Now, the one thing EA you guys cannot do is boost AI. You cannot boost AI defending. Do not do it. Do not listen to anybody, because here's why. Right now, I would say, I'm not saying it's super effective against me because I track the runs. Against the average player on this game, the most effective tactic, unfortunately, is still to play counter. After playing a week of this game, I could tell you that many people that are not great at the game are trying to play counter still. So what they'll do, they rock 2 DMs because they need the help defensively. They have 1 cam, and they're playing similar to what they did last year, 4-2-1-3. It's effective. It's not the most OP as it was last year, because I think this year, to really beat a good player, you need center mids. You need extra runners. You can't just beat somebody that's really good with 3 attackers on the counter like you could last year. But that's why I'm saying to EA, do not touch AI defending, because people are asking for defending to be better. And what people are asking for is manual. They want more responsiveness with manual jockey. But what I have experienced when I've used Araujo, when I've used the Marquinhos, when I've used these cards that are gold metas that only have half the meta playstyles, right? Because as we get to like Christmas and Team of the Year, we're going to have cards that have 90 defending with all the meta playstyles, right? And then it's going to be a lot easier to defend because those cards will have that boost for you. So that's where I say, look, you got to be careful with what you do at this point in the game, because it's so early and all the cards we're using have very limited and base stats. So you can't really judge how is the defending in this game, because what I'm noticing now, right, and this is what I want to point in this video, people are upgrading their teams, right? So I've seen it on Twitter, like, oh, EA put a patch, oh, EA put something out, and no, it's because somebody went from using Klosterman, who maybe doesn't have all the defensive play styles but good stats, right, to then Kunde, who has like intercept, jockey, and anticipate. So everyone's like, oh, what's this secret patch? I don't think there's a secret patch. I think 2 things happen, right? I think the first thing is that the more people will play this game, guys, it's like any video game, they will adapt. Okay, they will adapt. People will, as they play more games of this game, they will just learn how to get better at defending. I've seen so many comments that watched my defending tutorial that said I got better at defending just from watching this video, and I started playing a lot better, right? So what I'm noticing when I play the game is way less people are lunging in, way less people are being stupid now. Some people still are, but it's definitely like people are getting better at defending, which is totally okay. That's totally okay. I just think EA needs to be careful with what they patched too quickly, and that's why I like the first patch. They didn't really do much. They kind of lowered the drivens, which maybe was a good thing. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Players with the base low driven and the base and the playstyle plus are still insane at low drivens. I think it was too OP for the general low driven, so that's why they did it. 3 things that I think urgently need to be addressed in this game. No, 4 things, right? So we'll start with the negatives. The first is kickoff, right? Kickoff, EA, you got to find something, right? Now, I am actually fine. I can defend it. But I'll tell you this. If you select anyone other than if you select any of your defenders on kickoff and you miss 1 tackle, you're going to get scored on. So if you're watching this video, the key to stopping kickoff is you need to drag your cam back or run around with your CDMs and jockey until you have the ball. Even then, it's still really tough. I think EA, I think you just, look, I don't think the kickoff, they've made it bad on purpose. I think the game is faster and more attacking, so it's more noticeable because it's easier to score the kickoffs. Kickoff has been a thing for 10 years on this game. Other things to talk about, corners, right? I don't know what the solution for you guys is with corners. Again, these are weird niche things in the game because I don't know how you would stop it. Do you put a cooldown time? Do you boost AI for those 5 seconds. I don't know what you guys are going to come up with for those to make them better. I have no idea. But corners and kickoffs, I would say, in many people's games are 50% of the goals. You know, everyone's freaking out about these high-scoring games, which, to be fair, I will say I have had a couple games in high divisions, very sweaty players, where we were both locked in and was only 1, 2, or 3 goals, right? I personally prefer to get rewarded for my efforts in breaking people down and stuff and like scoring goals. I don't want to see this 1-0 low scoring stuff unless it's deserved, right? And I've had some games that have gone that way. So kickoffs and corners, they need to be addressed, EA. That has to be addressed very quickly in this game. The third thing I would say, EA, you have to find a way to make the focus of this game less about park the bus and more about rewarding for wanting to go forward. Now, I am cooking people that play park the bus. I am. I'm not having any trouble against these people playing in counter formations. I'm really not. And if you watch the pro scene right now, all the pros, none of really the pros that I see are running 4-2-1-3. Maybe a 4-2-3-1. Many of them are running 4-4-1-1, 4-1-4-1, 4-5-1, 4-1-2-2 narrow. So that's a good sign for that level. For the general level in this game, I still don't like 2 things about this game. I'm going to say 2 things, right? The number one is the park the bus. It's like I don't understand how every year it's the most applicable or meta tactic for the average user. How is that possible that it's counter meta every year? And number 2, oh my God, I just lost my train of thought. What was my train of thought? I forget what I was just going to say. I should have wrote notes for this video because I had one more thing that I wanted to say. Oh, recycling, right? So, like, this year, I'm scoring some really nice football goals. I still hate that it feels like in the pro games and the really sweaty games, and for a lot of people, you just get rewarded so much for running down the line like a brain-dead rat and just cutting back and recycling it. Like, I want to see more football, so that's something that, look, going forward in this game, these are things that I want to see. The other thing I want to comment on real quick before I talk about the last part, and then we're going to talk about a couple positives. Yo, EA, leave the DKT tournament, okay? If you don't, look, I know the gauntlets, you guys want them to be special. You guys should have a daily tournament mode that people can grind. Back in the day, we used to have that gold cup that you get like 1,000 or 2,000 coins. You guys kind of sold us on that. That's what we thought we were going to get. And you guys are now dropping tournaments like every other week. Just leave a quality tournament all the time because it's still this tough dilemma now where right now for me on my PC account, I can't play draft because of hackers, right? So then I have to go in Division 2, and if I want to try players, it's just not the best to go into Division 2 to try players. The DKT is a really good way to see if you like a player, right? And it's just this nice balance of this casual and competitive. It's a good balance, you know? So I would love to see EA leaving that. I made a video about hackers the other day. EA, I don't know what you guys have to do to fix hackers, man, but it's so embarrassing, bro. It's so embarrassing. They're everywhere again. It's really ruining the experience. And I know you guys say go to console. Once you play a video game on PC, it's not even just FIFA. It's any game. You can't go back. The gaming experience is so much better in terms of the response time, responsiveness, how everything is. But the fact that we got to deal with these hackers over here, man, it's a joke. I've lost 60,000 coins in drafts now because I've got hackers hit me in the first round, and I want to cry. Can you guys please figure it out, bro? I don't know why it's so hard, bro. Why is it so hard to fix that problem? Okay? Now, we're going to talk about some of the good things that I like about this game. Guys, all the people that are saying that this game is worse than FC25, worse than FC24, I don't know what they're talking about, okay? In terms of responsiveness, fun, and more things, I would just say more things making sense. When I play the game in the past, I concede goals and I'm mad. This year, really, I've conceded. I mean, I'm maybe getting a little mad about kickoff or corners. When I concede, I'm not mad. You guys have probably seen me in terms of I'm a zen person. When I play FIFA, I get rage, right? And especially the last 2 years because of how garbage the game has been. When I concede those 30-yard trivelas, when I concede those triple tackle rebounds, bro, it sucks to play the game. It's not fun. You want to turn your console off. This game rewards attacking gameplay and making good decisions. I'm going to show you this right now. Guys, I went into Division 2, which is very sweaty in North America. I won every single game by 4 or 5 goals. I've had 7 or 6 losses, I think, this year out of 130 games. 4 of them were hackers. Whatever the other games I lost, I deserve to lose. I deserve to lose the games. But I want you guys to watch this real quick, right? Like, the runs are better. They're not great still. They're not great. I still find myself player locking too much. But what EA has done with this game is much better than the last 2 years. Much better. The experience of how responsive it is. The one frame passing might be the best addition EA have ever added to a FIFA ever. The one frame passing, because the way you can TikTok, it's incredible. You know, let me show you guys a couple of these clips, right? So Iniesta, the touches now in this game are way better, right? I send an L1 run. I love the usage of center mids. It gives me that real football fix this year. Loriente with the R1 dribbling. I beat him to the spot, showing that pace matters. 91 pace. I'm ahead of him. What did I just do? What did I just do? I want to see that. I want to see that goal. Oh my God, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, this is like halfway through Division 2. So just watch this right here. Just watch this. And R1, right? Like, look. And then the low driven works. The game is so refreshing to play in the sense that, now let's watch kickoff, right? What do I do on kickoff? Let's see what I do. I'm trying to close his angles down. Obviously, I'm using my center mids. I win the ball, right? Okay, now use the center mid. Send the run. Iniesta makes the pass, right? Let's see what we do. Okay, we get caught up to. That's okay. He makes a mistake. That's on him, right? Now, what we're going to do with Ayoze. Low driven, easy. Not to mention, not only is left stick very good, finishing is incredible this year. Finishing is very good. I know that some goalkeepers are cracked, and that is true. I agree. But finishing, for the most part, is very consistent, okay? So I lost the ball there. Player switch there. Like, the general flow of the game. Look at tiki-taka, by the way. Look at Messi after that. I get a little lucky with that pass, probably. I mean, the way Messi feels in this game, what EA have done, it's... That was a good interception. Let's keep watching for a minute. So, like, besides all the problems that I mentioned, guys, the game is miles above the last 2 years. If EA can fix corners, fix hackers, maybe somehow nerf this park the bus meta and really promote a meta like the way I'm trying to play here, you know, I know everyone's going to have their own playstyle and you can't really control that. They got to leave the DKT mode in. They got to leave that because we need that for balance for sure. I just love how when I play this game, it doesn't make me as crazy as I used to get. And the reason is that my left stick rewards me. My tackles work. But what makes me crazy is that we still have hackers. This is the recycle stuff I'm talking about, guys. This is what I don't like. Okay, so he gets that. He makes a mistake there. Let's see what I'm doing here. Iniesta, Ayoze. He's making mistakes, though. You can see the way he's playing out, it's not rewarding to play that way. In other FIFAs, you could just kind of click the buttons and run out. It's not rewarding to play that way this year. Let's keep watching. So I just want you to see the general flow of the game. It's very rewarding. I'm winning the ball when I switch to the players. I shouldn't have got that. Let's see what I do here. Boom, I read him. I get the tackle. Boom, now I'm going. That's what I like about this game. The pace, the rewardingness of winning tackles is probably my favorite thing in this game, bro. That's why when people tell me that this game is worse than FC25, worse than FC24, look, all I'm saying is that type of behavior, did you just see that goal? You get rewarded in this game for your own inputs, man. Now, there's ratty stuff. People play Park the Bus. I hear you guys, man. But in terms of EA making a step forward this year, this game is undoubtedly a step forward. After playing for a week, I know there's going to be metas that come out. The way that I watch and play the game, there's obviously frustrating moments, and there's nothing special about this game. I don't think there's anything special. I think people thinking that this game is going to give you the nostalgic retro FIFA feel, guys. I don't think we're ever having that again, bro. We're in FC now. The game promotes a lot more competitiveness. It's way less casual than it used to be. They're bringing back some casual stuff. But at least now, when I tackle, I win about 80% of them. And I can do L1 over the tops. I can do different goals. All 3 of the goals that I've scored in this game have been completely different. That's what I like. Last year and the year before, I feel like it's Trivelas, it's corner lob to VVD from absolute rats, or it's L1 Elastico for every goal. Whereas now, you're seeing the way I'm playing here. He makes a good defensive read here. He gets rewarded for it. So, and then he messes up. So this guy sucks at when he wins the ball. He does not build out well at all. And we're taking advantage of that. But, you know, for me, guys, it's probably the most rewarding FC EA has brought out. It really is. And that's why I'm saying I don't want EA to change too much with this game outside of the very important stuff. Boom, I win the tackle, get the ball back, which would be kickoffs, corners, hackers, 100% hackers, and just try to find a way that you have more of the meta and more of the style that everyone wants to play more like this, right? And I'm not saying what I'm playing is perfect, but I'm saying, you know, I just feel like that in the average divisions, most people are still parking the bus and R1 defending and, you know, running around with their CDM. That's always going to be a thing in FIFA, but it's about how can EA figure out how to punish these people even more. What did I try to do here? Did I win that? No, I didn't, but he made a mistake, and then I sold. But you guys can see here, like, I make a bad decision, okay, he wins the ball. He makes a bad decision, okay, I get the ball. That's how this game should be, bro. Boom, he gets the ball. Like, that's what people are missing. That's where when I see these opinions that this game is worse than the last 2 years, these guys are smoking off the crack pipe, man. Like, what are they talking about? The last 10 years of this game, the tackle rate has been 40%. And then people take it out of context like, oh, I'm glazing this game. No, I'm just calling it honest, bro. I'm calling it honest. You watch these 30 minutes and you see what's going on here. There's really not that much that's going on. I canceled a shot. Boom. First time shot over. Rage quit. You just get rewarded in this game for being better, in my opinion. That's what you just ultimately get rewarded for. And for me, to be able to go into a sweaty division and get rewarded and not have to deal with this stress. Look, FIFA's always going to be stressful. So my thoughts are that, guys. That's my thoughts. Initially, I think EA need to fix those issues in the game. But outside of that, I feel like they have made the attacking AI about 10 to 15% better. The finishing, I think, is better. You know, maybe I don't really like keeper movement. What else do we have to think about? You know, I think the passing. Oh, my God. The last part I want to talk about. Wait. Don't go anywhere, guys. This is the last thing. I knew I was forgetting something, bro. The passing, man. Okay, EA. I want to ask you guys this. When I pass this ball here, right? There's a glitch in the game. Sometimes the pass will go here and I've aimed here. You guys need to investigate that. There's some weird thing this year with passes, bro, where passes, especially driven passes, where they will just completely go to the wrong place. I don't know what's the deal with that, but can you guys please look into that? Like, please just look into that. I don't know why. It's not really always been a thing. We've kind of had passes misplaced in the past, but this year, I feel like the passes are really going to the wrong place a lot of the time. So that's the last thing. And those are my honest thoughts, guys. These are my thoughts on the game after like 10 days, a week. You know, I think that they should have done ones to watch over cornerstones to start. I do believe that. I feel like this promo has not really brought much excitement to the game. But the game is in a way better spot where EA, I think, can continue to work on this game with the build that we have and hopefully continue to make it better and better. Is it a perfect simulator? No, absolutely not. The game is more responsive. The game rewards more manualness. No one can deny that. That over the last 2 years, it is an improvement in those two departments, which I appreciate. I do appreciate it. All right, guys. Peace.